All right. Oh, damn. I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. I don't know if I'll post it. I don't know where I'm going with it. Um, but this is the last of my fucking marijuana. Teresa stole my fucking marijuana. Anyways, I've been cutting back on that too. So, but it's like, yeah, no. I mean, like the other night, I only had one beer, and I had the beer, and then I stayed awake, and then I went to sleep on a full stomach, and I had a sober sleep, you know. And it's like when I have inebriated sleeps, I just do not. I don't dream. I don't dream at all. Um, but I've dreamt the past couple nights, you know. Past few nights. Saturday night, I drank too much. But Friday and Sunday, yesterday, I didn't drink too much at all. I'm not drinking too much tonight. I'm gonna only have 2 beers tonight, and gonna try to have another sober sleep. But I dreamt last night. I did, and I'd cut back about a month before, or I don't know. And I dreamt. I was dreaming them too, you know, and it was a weird dream, you know. I forgot all the details of it, as you do, but I do. Definitely do remember one thing. It's like in this dream, my father, he hated me. He fucking hated my guts. And it seems so. It was a sad dream, you know. 'Cause I like my dad. But that's kind of the reality. My dad really is not a big fan of me. He's a dumb scientist. Whose will is owned by another. But he doesn't see it like that. You know, he sees doing what you're supposed to be good, you know. And he's always treated me really bad. Really, really bad. Really bad. So I should hate him, you know. Really bad. But I mean, he does have. I mean, again, I'm gonna talk good things about him in a bit, but I think sometimes he does have bravery issues. You know, like a lot of us. You know, not everybody. You know, some people are strong in love. Some people are strong in patience. Some people are strong in bravery. But I don't think not a one of them, unless it's an angel or a god in disguise, has all of them at once. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about my dad. Maybe I'm wrong about my dad. Maybe he is just a coward. Because in these dreams he hated me so much. And in my life he hated me, you know. Damn, no he didn't. It's weird. It's totally weird because like I kind of think he. It's not me that he didn't necessarily like. You know, I don't think he's happy in his marriage, but he doesn't believe in divorce. So he's a suffering man who believes in following God's law, suffering. You know, he's going to carry his cross. But what's weird is that, you know, he always liked my older brother. And yet my older brother and I, and all of us, we're a real mix of our parents. It's like sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes the child is more like one or the other, you know, with still a mixed trait, definitely. But sometimes, you know, we seem to have all been like 50-50, I don't know. But my dad, he's dark-skinned man, and short, and very intelligent. He's a science type, you know, the science type, and I'm the imaginative type, you know, and my mom, she's the imaginative type, you know. But he's more quiet, you know, except in his private life. And, you know, I just, you know, like there was one point in time, I'm like, I'm living in America, I'm free. I can do what I want, fucking do what I want. So one day we were driving home from Mass, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to disagree with my dad. I'm going to try to look, you know, because like, why can't I disagree with my dad? This is a free country, right? I learned this is actually not a free country, because this is sociology, what I'm talking about right now. Because you could say freedom, but live not freedom, you know, it's just weird. But for some reason, bats being blind, like, I think my mom recently in the night got attacked by a bat, and she was screaming. My dad comes in with this broom, and he's like, rah, rah, rah. But you know, he killed it. And so we were talking about bats, I think, and it's like bats are blind, and you know, my dad was telling us the science of it all, I think. And I start saying, you know what? Bats can see through radar, therefore they're not blind, because they can see. And he's like, no, they're blind. And I'm like, no, they're not. And, you know, I'm just like, you know, sometimes it's not a good idea to be a philosopher. And, like, he and my whole family would continuously make fun of me for the rest of our lives, and like they'd say it in a drunken voice when they're making fun of somebody who's stupid, so this is not really good behavior that they're doing. But if they're making fun of somebody who they're calling stupid because they talk shit behind other people's backs and stuff, I mean, I talk behind people's backs, but I'm trying to just figure them out. I want the better for them. I don't want to put their head in the ground and be like, ha ha ha, I'm better than you. You know, I want to lift them up, you know. So sometimes it's not, but it was with them. They were always just trying to be better than. But anyways, so my mom's more talkative, and my dad's more quiet. Now I'm actually more like my dad in that sense. But in my family, when I was in my family, I necessarily wasn't, and I was never afraid to speak my opinion. I wasn't just gonna, you know, fucking listen to my dad because he told me to. I want to know why. And so, again, I'm more imaginative, and he probably, he probably just doesn't like, yup, 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 and he probably associated my yup, yup, yup with her yup, 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 yup. And, but my brother, he was more strategic. He'd always say things that my dad wanted to hear, He was a very manipulative person. But no, my dad, he never fucking liked me. Wow. Let's see here. No, but my dad, he'd always get up every morning. He would, and he did not like going into work. Although he liked to work, he loved to work. He just did not like going into work. And it's like, again, he's like this very intelligent man, and he's always surrounded by idiots. He's a chemist. At one point in time, he went to medical school in Albuquerque, and it's like my family always used to say that he got kicked out of medical school because of racism, and that's what I always thought. But I think he got kicked out because he had integrity. And the schools run by eugenicists don't like doctors with integrity. And so they want to kick him out. Because I was talking with this one doctor one time, and he said he worked there around the time my dad was a student, I think. And he's like, there was no racism there. There would be different colors who would get in and pass, and I'm just looking at him, and this guy's kind of a sleazy guy. I'm just looking at him, I'm like, yeah, no, I know. I don't think it's racism either. I think it was dark heart. No, I think it was a dark heart. Anyways, yeah, I've talked about this on other videos, so you can look that up. Because there's, like, I could tell you how he got kicked out. Right? He spent a year there, and they purposely just fucking kicked him out of there. But he had a chemistry degree before he went into medical school, so he just got chemistry jobs wherever he could. And like, there's this one time, it was like, damn. It was in like the 90s, I think. And The Simpsons had just come out, I think. Simpsons were newish, I don't know. And my dad was working at this nuclear power plant, right? And he's a chemist working at this nuclear power plant. He's doing whatever he needs to do, but he's working in the science department, and he is the only one with a chemistry degree. He's the only one with a college degree. All the others, they're all a bunch of dumb-ass good old boys, who got the job through friendship connections and shit like that. But they were all a bunch of stupid men, so he had to constantly work around a bunch of stupid men. We used to live in Plias, and he used to work for Phelps Dodge, and he said, like, he was doing his boss's job, right? Because his boss, and again, yeah, no, he was fucking doing his boss's job, and his boss was getting all the credit. But his boss really didn't know how to do it. Like that Breaking Bad came out, and it's like, no, my dad, he knows how to refine shit, you know. And so he was always just in these just bad, terrible work environments, anywhere he went. But every day he went out and he did it. You know, he toiled and he troubled, just like Moses said he would. You know. And I don't know. These dreams, they made me really sad.